Hello folks, I hope you're all doing well. We are back at the plot and we've got a few things to cover today. One, there was no video last week. I've been a bit busy. Work for the last week or two has been sort of all consuming. I've got bags under my bags on my eyes. It's been so busy. I've had so much to do and I've had a big thing that I've been working on that's finally, it's done, it's finished. Friday it was finished, so I'm back here at my happy place, at the plot, getting a bit of R&R, getting stuff sorted. And what more needs sorted at this time of year than the polytunnel? So it's a little bit of a mess in here at the moment. There's loads of tomatoes need harvesting, so we're going to harvest the tomatoes, all different types, all the way along here. On this side, you probably can't see from where the camera is, but there's all sorts of sweet peppers and things down here that needs harvest, so we'll get them harvested. We're going to get these tidied up because of the time of year it is, but I'll shuffle the camera about in a bit and we'll come to that. And then right at the end, we'll pop back home and we'll have a look at the greenhouse and we'll see how the plants there are doing, because I've still got some plants there. So I've planted some of the ones out that we're doing out in autumn into the winter, so they're already out. But I've left some of them back at the greenhouse to still keep going, still bring them on, see if they get a little bit bigger. So bear with me, I'll shuffle things around, we'll get you set up and we'll get cracking, we're getting sorted in here. Right, me and my secretaries are back, and I don't know how long we're going to last in this tunnel. It's absolutely roasting in here today. I don't know about the rest of you, but we've had some really weird weather around here the last few weeks. It was, you know, I think later back into September, the start of September, it was a roast. It was absolutely boiling up to the mid sort of 20s, and then we had rain, and I mean lots of rain, and it never stopped raining for days and days and days and days and days, up until about Friday or Saturday just gone there, and it stopped raining, and now it's absolutely roasting again, and it's boiling in the polytunnel today. So I don't know how long it'll last. But anyway, let me just give you a quick look at what I've been up to, so you can see some of these plants here. Look at this one up here. This is the blue cream one. You can see the little sort of bluey coloured tomatoes on it there, and I've stripped loads of the leaves back. Same as the Brad's atomic grape there. There's still some, and there's still some that I've not quite got to yet. But look, I'll just show you the size of this bucket that I've got here, and you can see the ones here. You can see where I've stripped off all the sort of green leaves, and in particular, let me see if I can find some of the flowers. So if I'm finding any flowers at this time of year, they're coming off as well. And there's one reason I'm doing that. So on quite a few of the plants, we've still got some green tomatoes, and what I want is this little, I've been quite harsh on this plant. I've cut it right here, so it's only got a few things left on it. But where we've got the green tomatoes, we don't want the plant putting all its energy into these leaves, into these new flowers, to get new tomatoes grown that are, quite frankly, you know, what are we now, near the end of September now, and the week coming is supposed to be lovely, but those brand new tomatoes aren't going to do anything. Those little flowers going to do nothing. Get rid of them. If you've got little flowers in your tomato plant, unless it's somewhere nice and warm, of course, get a shot of them now. All the green leaves are coming off the tomatoes, so the rest of these are going to get a bit of a haircut. But next up, I need to do some harvesting, and we've got loads of lovely looking sun gold tomatoes over there. We've got some other ones over there that I can't quite remember what they are, so before I show you those, I'm going to look up what they are and we'll come back to you in just a jiffy. Right, so hopefully where I've got the camera now, you can see what's going on over here. So I've got a few different tomato plants here. We're going to take some off and have a look at them. This one over here that I've now looked at the label, what's called, this is the Ailsa Craig, and it's a pretty standard sort of red tomato. I mean, they're grown pretty well. Those of you who've maybe followed the channel for a while might remember that we had a little bit of a problem with some of the tomatoes earlier in the year, and this Ailsa Craig one here that's actually grown. You know what, when you talk about a lovely bog standard red tomato, I mean, this is it. It's cropping okay. We're getting a decent crop off it. They're a lovely size. They're nice and red. They'll have a pretty standard sort of tomato taste to them, but we got this from the garden centre. It's a little plug plant, and it's going brilliantly. So I can't complain about these ones whatsoever, and I'll not harvest all these ones. Let me just show you that one there as well. So there's maybe about a dozen on there ready to harvest, and more to come. Now this one here was the other one we got from the garden centre. It was a little bit of a gamble, never done this one before, and I'm reading the label here. It's a Golden Zlatava, not one I've ever heard of before, but you know, the garden centre was selling it, so we thought, why not buy it, give it a shot. And I've had a few of this already this year, and let me just show you that, and it's almost like the orange version of the Ailsa Craig. That's how I describe it. It's a pretty God, I'm roasting. I told you it was hot in the other day. It's absolutely roasting. It's pretty much like the orange version of the Ailsa Craig, and it's cropped well like the other one, and all the tomatoes are coming off it lovely. Now there's another couple of things I just wanted to show you, and let me grab you some from up here. I'll be back in a second there on the camera, bear with me, you can see my legs. These are blue cream tomatoes, and we got these from real seeds, and these were one of our plants that were going from seed that were actually successful this year. And they're lovely. What a lovely little tomato. Lovely colour, lovely taste, lovely texture. The only thing I would say about it is, for the size of the tomato it is, it's not particularly prolific in terms of it cropping compared to the, it's very much like a sort of blue version of the Sun Gold. I'm a big fan of the Sun Gold. And the Sun Gold, there's bunches of them up here now. There's some of them not quite ready, but let me get just a few of these. There we go. So there's some Sun Gold. And Sun Gold are a delicious, lovely, sweet orange tomato, prolific cropper. There's loads of them down. There's absolutely loads of them ready to be picked. Absolutely smashing. But one thing, let me show you one thing that I'm so proud of. And I've never had any success for these before because they're a bit awkward to grow. And these are my Brad's Atomic Grape, and look at them. And the plant here, they're just starting to ripen now. So there's probably at least 20 to 30 fruit on the plant right here next to me. But they're all at different stages of ripeness. I've only had one off it so far. There's another two there that are ripe, and they are absolutely delicious. What a lovely tasting tomato. They are awkward to grow. They're really delicate. The plants are really flimsy until they get established. They're a pain, but you know what? They are lovely. They are delicious. So that is the tomatoes at the moment. That's how they're looking. So everything's had a haircut. We've got a shop with all the flowers. We're cutting back all the leaves, and we're harvesting loads of the ones that are ready. So we've got about, I don't know, another week or two of decent weather, but it's the overnight temperatures that are really killing us around here. So I reckon, you know, these plants are really going to start dying. Once we get into October, we'll see these plants die off naturally because the overnight temperatures they'll have them. But anyway, let me switch around. We'll have a look over here. We'll have a quick peek at the sweet peppers, see how they're doing, and then we'll get back home. So we've swapped sides in the polytunnel, and we're over here, and it's still absolutely roasting. I'm not going to last much longer in here. So two things to show you. One is this. Look at this. Look at these. These are marvelous. This is King of the North peppers. I say every now and again, there are some varieties, some things. One of the things I love about having my own allotment, my own space, is that I can grow all the different varieties that you just don't get in the supermarket. Some I recommend, some I don't. Carmen F1 cucumbers, 100% recommend them. Something else I 100% recommend, King of the North peppers. That is ginormous. Look at it, to the size of, you just don't get that in the shops, and there's some weight to it. So that it's going to be a really thick, juicy, lovely, sweet pepper. They are brilliant. And you know what it is? There's another one. And there's another one, and there's more of them, and they stretch all the way over here. And I'll just tell you what I'll do. I've got some purple peppers that we tried as an experiment earlier this year, and let me just show you the difference. So this is a purple pepper, and they haven't grown too big, and look at it compared to the King of the North ones. What a difference. The King of the North are absolutely ginormous. What a fabulous pepper. So what have we got left to show you? I've got a couple of things. I'm going to finish stripping back these peppers, then I'm going to show you remember we did the little experimental French bean plants in the corner of the polytunnel. I'll have to take you off the tripod and we'll spin you around, and I'll show you just a minute how they're looking. So I'll get sorted and we'll have a look at the French beans to see how that experiment's working out, or not, as the case may. So we'll see, but back with you in just a jiffy. Right, so last thing in the polytunnel today before we head back to the greenhouse and have a look, let me just spin you around here. And these are the two little dwarf French bean plants that we put in here just as a bit of an experiment, see if we could get anything going at this time of year. And look, let me show you here. Look, we've actually got French beans grown. I mean, they're not massive, they're not very big, the plants. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, it's about half a dozen on each of the plants, but you know what? They're growing, they're doing something. If I didn't put them here, they would have went in the compost heap. So we've got something. Let me just show you this little plastic basket of things that I've so far harvested here today. Look at we've got the red peppers, we've got the purple peppers, move that out of the way. We've got the blue tomatoes, orange tomatoes, red tomatoes, we've got the multicoloured Brad's atomic grape. And let me just wipe the sweat off my brow again, because again, it's not getting any cooler in there, but I love it when you get a basket of food like that from the allotment. All the different colours look absolutely amazing, and how wonderful is that? But anyway, let me head home, let's head down to the greenhouse, and let's check out how things are looking down there. So back with you in just a jiffy. And here we are back at the greenhouse, and I'm pleased to report it's nowhere near as hot and as humid in here at the moment as it is in the polytunnel, so it's lovely. So we are over here first on this side underneath the spider farmer unit. You might remember we've got this big spider farmer plant stand and these SF600 grow lights that have been magnificent so far as well. Let me just show you. We've got the beetroots looking big and strong and healthy, and this stuff all needs planting out. And tomorrow I go down to London for 4 days tomorrow, so I think when I come back next weekend, these, I mean, look at these, look at them, absolutely, you can't even see me through them. They are marvellous. And these are, what have we got here? We've got some cabbage. No, we've got some broccoli and we've got some Swedes. So the Swedes over here, broccoli over here. And the difference, having them that extra bit of time in the greenhouse together with going under the grow lights at this time of year, what a difference they've made. Honestly, they are looking so much bigger than these, to be honest. I think these ones need to be potted on, and I've lost the label on them, so I'd love to tell you what they are. I think these might be the cabbage, actually. I've lost the label on them, so I can't tell you what they are. They're miscellaneous brassica, that's what we'll call those ones. And we've got some of the pak choi left, and there's a look at this, there's a cheeky little gate, look. There's a tiny little baby snail. Look at that, that's going out the door, right? And we've got some Mizuna there as well, all looking strong and healthy. And last thing to show you here are the spring onions, and they're looking okay. The spring onions are a bit thin, but these trays here, that's split into two, so I've got 10 on either side. So what I might do is a little bit of an experiment with them, and we might plant one batch of 10 outside at the plot, and one batch of 10 inside the polytunnel of the plot, and just see, because I'm probably right on the cusp now at this time of year between being able to get a bunch of spring onions to grow and them then overwintering and be ready early next year. So we'll see, either it's not a loss, I mean either way is a bit of a win because things are going to grow. So yeah, we'll stick some in the polytunnel, I think, because those French beans are doing okay. So we'll stick some in there and we'll stick some outside and we'll just see how it goes. There's nothing to lose, you know. I've maybe used a quarter of a packet of seeds or something to do all of that, so it's not too bad. So things aren't looking too bad in here overall. Speaking of the channel overall, it's coming into autumn, it's coming into winter, so I know I've been missing for about a week and a half because I've had loads of stuff on at work. Honestly, I can't even tell you how busy I've been, how much stuff I've had to do. But I say a bit of time away from the office down in London, conference next week, 4 days away, bit of headspace, get used to. But I think I'll try and do one video a week. I think going through the autumn, go through the winter, but what I don't want to do is just push content out there for the sake of content being out there and it being rubbish videos. I'll try and keep you up to date with what I'm doing. I've got some projects planned, as always, over winter. There's still stuff grows over winter, and very soon I've got some garlic getting delivered. I've got some particular types of onion getting delivered that you can overwinter as well. So watch out for those coming soon, and we'll get them on the go. But anyway, that's me done for today. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.